if we do a trapezoid, and let's say it's an isosceles triangle, or trapezoid. Okay. And that's a median, okay? Then these angles are all congruent if it's isosceles. And these angles are all congruent. Okay, and we get the situation again where a green and a red would add up to 180. Now if it's not isosceles, oops, apparently shape recognition doesn't work with letters. If it's not isosceles, these angles are congruent to each other, but they're not congruent to these other sides. These angles would be congruent to each other, again, not congruent to this side because it's not isosceles. These angles would be congruent, and these angles would be congruent. But if it's not isosceles, you don't get congruency from like the right to the left. It's just that these two are congruent, these two, and these two. Again, as long as this is a median. And what you'd have over here is red and pink would equal 180. Or green and blue would equal 180. But I don't have any way to know what red and blue or pink and green, like if I cross the sides, there's nothing that tells me that these would equal 180 or anything like that. It's only on the same side if that's the case. Does that make sense? All right, so everybody has this? All right. What we have here is an isosceles trapezoid. So we're going to find the following. If Vy, that's this length right here, is 32, what's Wx? 32. If yVx, so I have yVx is 76. Now I want to know what xwy is. That's this angle right here. 76. So those two angles are the same. If VZ right here is 6, what is ZW, this part right here? 6. They're the same. Angle VWY, so I've got VWY, that's this angle right in here, is 43. And I want to find XYW, that's this angle right here. No. This is another one of those situations where they didn't do it right. Because there's no congruency here because of this angle here. So this would be 43. And this would be the same as this. Are those two the same? Yeah, okay, yeah, no, they are. I'm sorry. I can see it here. It was hard to see here with the arrow. See this? We've got two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So these two are the same, which means these two are also the same. Does that make sense? And if YW, this whole line, this whole diagonal right here is 42. This whole line is 42.
Does that line even matter when we're looking for ZX? So 16 plus 16?
Well, no, because see, VZ is 16. This whole line here is 42.
42 minus 16.
Yeah, we need 42 minus 16, which is 26. Because the diagonals are congruent to each other, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Almost. Sorry. Okay. Any questions on that? No?